Here chilling, talking. Good morning, Roy. Welcome to the post-election stream this morning.
What a turn of events over the night, both in the market and in the country. You've had a very event-packed night. So, yeah, I don't think you got much sleep. I called it a little early. Got to get some sleep to get my boy to school. But so, what time did you end up going to sleep?
A little after 2.
2. Yeah, that's good.
I stayed up, watched part of his speech, and I was waiting for the concession speech, but they pulled a John Kerry and would not do it last night.
Yeah,
I don't know if you remember John Kerry and George W. ran. John Kerry did the same thing. He went home and gave his concession the next day, and which that pissed off a lot of people. So Kamala has now pissed off a lot of more people. And I did the concession last night. That is amongst gentlemen and thieves in the political landscape. That is one thing that is you're supposed to do. You're supposed to give your concession, and when it's clearly over, and that did not happen last night. So.
Yeah, people kind of point back to the last election and how Trump acted, but this one was pretty decisive. There is no coming back from this. So,
Well, if you remember correctly, last election it was not over till Thursday. So,
yeah, it just kept lingering a bit, and the swings were happening all over the place. Here, there's a no doubt about it. I mean, there's no alternative scenario here. This is pretty cut and dry. It was a sweep across the board. Senate, House, popular, electoral. I mean, it's done.
Trump last night was the 84 Bears. Is that the one that was so good? Yeah. Trump was them last night. Yeah.
I was gonna say Kamala kind of reminds me of Florida State this year. Just completely laid an egg. And that's like kind of
really, really bad.
Not a lot of fight. Yeah, you got your. I did like the tweets when Colorado was called for her, and they said Chris Paul hits a 3 to cut the lead down to 42. So it was a domination, and obviously the market, which is what we care about the most, reacted as expected with a Republican kind of sweep. This is a 5-minute chart, and even this is a little bit too much. But your 1 hour, I mean, this is us yesterday in pre-market. Oh, how long ago? And up we go.
Well, I did see something interesting last night. It was I don't normally look at Twitter, but I was looking at Twitter last night and said the people that forgot this morning, and people said the people that forgot what a Trump pump looks like. Here you go.
Yeah, no, there is no questioning this. And much to no one's surprise, one of the big winners from the results last night is Tesla. This is the regular market. So regular market, here's your extended market. Boom. Up 12%, up to 282 practically overnight. So Elon is a big winner last night, as he's backed Trump for the better part of a few months, really just nonstop. And he will get the benefit of this victory, or his companies will, and his shareholders will. The VIX is an interesting one. I mean, we were hanging out at 20, and we gapped down to sub 16. So
think about this. So I don't know if you remember we talked about this. I think it was Monday.
Yep.
Where we said the day after the election last year or last time, VIX dropped 20% the next day.
Yep.
Look down there. Where are we at right now?
Right there. 22. Unbelievable. I tell you, the last two streams, if you've missed them, there's some good ones. There's some good data.
That's crazy.
So obviously, as we kind of bounce through these pre-market charts, another big winner is going to be crypto, which means coin is a big winner. It's up 12%, $25, which is a big move for coin. I've been a big fan of coin for a while, and kind of in and out. Unfortunately, I was on the sidelines for this one, so I didn't get this move. But, happy coin is moving up. Bitcoin, of course, did its thing. Trump was very pro crypto during his election, so as he has been penciled in the winner, crypto has reacted with Bitcoin up almost 6.5%, $4,400 to a new all-time high. Solana, not a new all-time high, but it is on its way. You're going to see the dips getting bought in crypto, I believe, today, which means some of these miners that I've been eyeing, or some miners, but crypto AI plays, stuff like that. You've got IREN, BTDR, BTB all up 10+%. Pre-market, the TNX gaps up again.
Yeah, that's a big one. And I did misspeak yesterday. We do have the 30-year bond auction today.
Okay.
So we do have a bond auction today.
Yields are rising in a rate cut environment. So interesting to note. A lot of that has to do with this guy, Dixie. Yeah, yesterday at 4:30 it was 103.43. It is now
got a bullish. We've got not to interrupt you. We've got a bullish candle by candle here.
Wow, 10 minute, go to 5 minute. Ooh, yeah, it is.
Yeah,
I may have to dabble in that one. Are you dabbling in that one?
You are dabbling.
A
little bit here. So instead of getting $1,000 trade, we're trying to get a $2,000 play start today. How about that?
Okay. So on this bullish engulf, or on this CBC, you didn't really have a pullback down, just a few ticks, it looks like. So you had to be quick. But it is a strong candle.
I'm going to put a sell order in there for at least one to see if we can get a little profit at that $1,000 mark, which is the top of this candle. But it's not going to do it right now. And that's give you the pullback. Do we get a bounce here is the question.
Looks like it rejected.
I was telling Roy, I'm only not a gambler, but I do like a long in the open, to be honest with you. I got a feeling the shorts that have not covered, the ones that are there, you should get a panic at open. The question is, do you get all your profit takers at open too?
Yeah.
But the way they're trying to pull this back now, though, I think you're getting a squeeze at open personally, but
yeah. It was a crazy move overnight. I mean, even on this drop, we are 25 points from the high from earlier this morning, and you're still up 116 points on ES, which is just bonkers.
Yeah, if you'd have went long at open yesterday, my goodness.
Wow.
5 o'clock, yeah, you would be loaded right now. Don't have to worry about anything.
It was a wild
17 minutes to open too, so we got time. Go ahead.
No, it was a wild Globex. I enjoyed it. One of the strategies I was able to pick up on is as the polls were closing, you'd get a pop up every time numbers would report. So it obviously was helping that Trump was being favored in those numbers.
I never once turned my computer on last night.
Smart, safe, was good. I played a combine that I passed. I got it over the line. And then I have to admit, I did play an XFA for $500. Felt
There you
dirty
go.
and closed it, but did get $500 on XFA. It was a new XFA, so I didn't have any history with it, so I was just throwing it around, which is not wise, by the way. But it was. I was out of combines. I didn't want to buy another one. I had an XFA. I was like, let's go for it.
You know what? Why not gamble every once in a while?
You know. So really, I know you're coming in with a little bit of bias, saying that it could get a squeeze at the Open, which makes sense given that all the shorts are kind of trapped, theoretically. But there are going to be a lot of profit taking, I believe.
Yes.
So, like you said, that battle between the profit takers and the shorts covering. What?
Yeah, my biggest thing. So I think a 25-point basis cut is banked in for tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't think you're gonna get any. You're definitely not gonna get any longs that are gonna panic. I think that the panic you're gonna see is shorts.
Yeah.
And I think longs are just gonna sit there and be strategic and take their spots when they can. That's why you're gonna see some pullbacks. But I think ultimately we ripped all-time highs today. I mean, that's personally my thought process. Now, we showed you yesterday that the chart is not biased, so that's how we're going to play it. And you're actually seeing here, you're getting more volume on this candle. You still got you got 5 seconds in it. This candle is going to close red, but it's not a bearish candle.
Right.
With this longer, if anything, if you want to bear on the side of caution, you're going to say this is more of an indecision. But it looks more like a bullish move here is coming right at these EMA clusters. So if we get this break here, I might start moving this up. We could definitely open 59, 54 area. Could pop up there. If you do that, that gets us to, that would get it to almost a $4,000 play.
Wow.
Yeah, I think what we're gonna do is we're gonna put one order there. We got an order at 1,000. We're gonna put an order right here at 59.46. Actually, we're gonna put it right below those. So right there. You can pull that down a tad bit. But if we get these two, we'll let one run and see what happens. That's only if we get above this. So gotta get above these EMAs. CVD. If you want to know how strong last night was, CVD when I turned it on this morning was 22,000.
Wow.
Yeah, it's sitting at 20,600 right now. So it's gaining a little bit of momentum here. And as we just said, this was a bullish candle. You're getting a pop on it. Now, can we break this area? Here's the question. Break this, then we're off the races. I have taken some over here, and I've been down on these this morning, but I got it up here. So if we can get this pop where I want to be to the all-time high or to the high break, then that'll get me. Actually, we're going to move this up. I think if we break, let's see where we can go to. Let's have a look-see. There's not much to look at over here. We're going to have to go way back. Way back.
I was actually going to say, though, the zone that we're in that we bounced off right now was the previous all-time high zone that you had drawn a few days ago. Yeah. So it is a strong spot, just to kind of put context to that blue shading.
Yeah, I was trying to get to come on, don't get me wrong here. I was trying to dig out further hourly. Yeah, there's nothing to stop this thing, man. We could definitely pop to. I mean, do we go above? I don't even know what to start now.
It's in no man's land. Yeah, I mean you're now getting a retest of the previous high, which is what you were kind of hoping for maybe in the regular session. You could still get in the regular session, of course.
I didn't even pay attention. We did actually scale one here, so.
Oh, okay, nice.
So we're sitting at $800 up right now on the day. Let's get us this. Let's get a $2,000 day today instead of a $1,500 day. Let's just keep growing on this bad boy.
Yeah, man.
We've got 12 minutes to open. The hourly is definitely a bull flag.
Yeah.
So my thought process on the other side, if you break this level, we should have a decent run up. Do we go 59.80? $59.70 is going to be around that is going to be a safe play.
Any lingering orders on Bookmap above?
Yeah, $59.70.
Okay.
Yeah, it's there. If you look at it, it is. You got some orders at 59.40 to 45. You got 55.60 your psych levels, but you got 460 orders sitting at 59.70. So if we get this break, look for open to take us to that 59.70 area. That's just my opinion. If they want to get it, they can get it. It's there for the taking. I'm not saying that that's going to happen, but that very well could happen. Right now, we are struggling to break these. This EMA cluster we got here. We've seen this in the past. CBD is not popping. It's 20,300 now, so it's come back a tad bit. So
your volume picking up though.
Yeah, volume is picking up. And this one, but did your volume come in on this side?
Right.
I wasn't paying attention, but I'll say if your volume came in here, we might get a pullback again before we get a break.
And this candle actually is a CBC on top of a CBC. So
it is. We've gotten back to back, candle by candle. So, hey, welcome everybody to the Let's Guess What the Market Does today.
Exactly. Good morning, Dirty Harry. I know you posted this a while ago, but just want to say good morning.
Oh, good morning, Dirty Harry. I didn't even show up on my side. Good morning, Cash Apps.
Good morning. Good morning. We are in awe of the move and prep to make the next one. Monty's already in his trade. Got a good candle by candle here that he's liking. I kind of like it too.
Yeah, and you called it. I mean, you had two opportunities here. Like, I still stick to my thesis. I think we pop it open. We've got 9 minutes till open. I think we get a decent move here at open. But, who knows?
It's just been some movers this morning. I mean,
yeah. And as we said, this candle has a little bearish indication to it. We did get a pullback so far, a slight pullback. Is this the pullback we get? Do they push it down before open? Is the question. So we've actually got a little room to play with. So we're going to move this down here to give this thing room to go if it does go, because it could come back to about this area, then pop.
Yeah.
But would also give us a bearish engulfing. So keep your stops in line, keep your take profits in line, and let it play out.
Yep.
MOO is going to be interesting this morning. I cannot wait to see it. I bet we don't get a zero.
Yeah. I don't think you're going to get a zero. No. I think you'll have quite the data release on that one. Also, no data today, except that no economic data. There are bill auctions and note auctions, but
yeah. So other than that, you don't really have anything. You got more that's already came out. Your crude traders, you do have crude numbers coming out. That's it. It's nothing really else to it. So she is wide open to do what they want to do with her. This son of a gun is going to come back. I kind of called it here. It's going to give you a bearish. Looks like it's going to give you a bearish candle by candle here. We got a minute and a half left on it. We'll see what. Maybe not.
Oh,
maybe
not. Wow.
That was a quick push up there. They dropped those. If you can see here, they dropped 200 orders in here. I didn't see those a second ago, so I'm not sure what that's about. Let's see if they take those out. Next, I'll move that down a little.
Looks like they did.
Yeah. Look at this. This is crazy. Look at this volume over here already this morning.
It's bonkers.
Your time sales. So it is. This is basically what this is. This is your volume profile we're looking at, right? This is it's the session, correct?
Yeah.
So there's been some hellacious volume overnight. Oh, here we come. This is always a interesting candle on this side when you get the 825 candle. This kind of tells you, a lot of times this tells you what's going to happen at open. Pop up right here, kind of giving me a good feeling at open, but we'll see. We got a little trend. I mean, you could call this a little trend down. Overall, it's just a sideways trend. Like I said, if you look at the hourly, we're definitely flagging. And look, the hourly gave you the perfect candle by candle here. So do we break that on the hourly too? Candle by candle is, you can use it on any time frame. It's just the longer time frames takes a lot longer to play out, but they typically play out. So
yeah, your range is going to be bonkers on the obviously the longer ones, but
yeah, if it can break the 21 into open, I mean, I think we pop up. At this point, it's just trade what you see in front of you and try not to get too biased with it. I'm leaning bullish pretty strongly, but I'm also at the same time going to trade what I see. So here we go. We got 3.5 minutes to open. I would love to pop above this 21 before open. That would be a good little signal. Then you might see a slight little pullback, then a pop up to the all-time highs. This is uncharted territory for all of us. So welcome, and let's learn this together.
Yeah. There's clearly euphoria across the board. So in those moments you can take advantage of it. I think that the open play that Monty's playing right here is doing just that.
Well, the market loves, we talked about this, the market doesn't like indecision, doesn't like uncertainty. And no matter which side you're on, yesterday, the election gave you certainty on across the board, at least for 2 years in the political scene here. So, I mean, you're going to have a Republican president, Republican House, and Republican Senate. That's I guess Trump's first year we had that.
Yeah, his first. Yeah, and
then that went away.
And like you said, regardless of where you lean politically, we got about 2 minutes for the open.
And look, it's
that
struggling to break that 21.
That type of setup, having the Senate, the House, and the presidency, and you combine with the popular vote, you've got a little bit of stability, really, in a landscape that hasn't been very stable. So, regardless of the policies that will get passed or get debated or whatever, there is a bit more stability now, and the market, like you said,
well, the key, what you're going to see here's what you're going to see, and this is why I think the market loves it so much, is you're going to see a lot of tax screw ups. Is actually the word I'm thinking of. It's probably a better word for it. You're going to see a lot of those get corrected.
Yeah,
pretty quick. You're going to see his tax plan go into effect. They're going to actually probably push it out further now, which I don't know if anybody remembers back in the day when Trump was in office, love him or hate him, your tax returns looked a hell of a lot better.
Mm-hmm.
And I was middle class, so you can't say it was just for the 1%ers, because I wasn't really trading stocks back then, and mine was really great. There's the pop back up to the 21. We need this break here. I would love to hold one.
30 seconds to open.
30 seconds. Take this one out before 30 seconds go. 59.50 is heating up like a who to funk it. 59.70. I mean, it's. I don't have Bookmap up yet, and I'm not going to do it right this second because I'm vested in what's happening on the screen right here. But another one.
Hey, there's one off.
43 guaranteed. We're $1,300 up for the day so far, and we're going to get a flush at open.
Wow, had a pop and then a reject. 59.41.75.
We'll finish green, but we got that little pop. This might be short-lived. Let's wait and see. I'm not jumping into anything new here. But a lot of times what you'll see is a pullback like this, then you're going to see it pop. But we could do the opposite. We could just pull back a good ways first. So need to hold around here or we're going to come all the way back and take us out. We will finish this trade green no matter what happens, but I'm not going to move it stop, even though I am tempted to pull it down to the next level. I'm not going to do that because I think this thing could play out, but we shall see.
I trimmed a position at the open. It was just too lovely to look at.
Mm.
Sorry, I was a swing trade, not an option, not a futures trade.
Gotcha. One of your options?
Yeah, about LEU yesterday on the nuclear play.
I've been preaching nuclear as far as energy, and I was talking to somebody this past weekend, and they were like, "Well, I mean, nuclear is great till you get a Chernobyl." I'm like, well, we actually get another one. That was a lot different than what the nuclear we're seeing now. Nuclear is safe.
Yeah,
nuclear is safe, and I think nuclear is the play for. If you want energy independence, I think nuclear is your answer for energy independence. So, did you buy leaps on it, or what did you buy on the
January calls? So
yeah, not really leap, but interesting to see what happens here with Apple. Look at Apple. Look at NVIDIA. Oh my gosh, this thing could rip here in a second, Roy.
I took a long off the previous high and got my 200 on my XFA.
Hey, good job, sir.
27. Yeah, took a little heat on it, but nothing terrible.
Still not getting the pop up I want, but Apple is just 221 to 224 at open.
Yeah, I'm gonna switch over to my screen, see if we can run through it real quick while you're in this trade. So we got Apple, like you said, big old candle to start, up almost 1%, but climbing. So Apple's kind of the laggard of all of them that were moving overnight. Nvidia back over 140, 142, actually hit 143.80, comes back a little bit. Yeah, it's an ugly candle. Microsoft got dropped at the open, profit taking, and now has an ugly candle as it's trying to recover. Google ripping. Look at Google go up 3%, up $5.
So Google, is this a play where they're thinking that the DOJ?
I think so. Okay. But that's all speculation at this point. Amazon over 200, fighting 200 now. Actually, just slightly under it, but opened up above it. Meta is getting hit, which is a bit surprising to me. I wonder if this is more of a.
I think a lot of people look back on Meta as being the anti-Trump movement thing. I think that's why you're seeing the Meta dump. If you go to this next though, you're not seeing a dump.
No, this next one is not a dump. This is Tesla. Elon pretty much went all in on Trump, and it is paying off in spades.
So if anybody didn't watch the press conference last night, Trump actually called out Elon, said he had a great American, and that pretty much said that he made. So it was Elon liked it, and I think he retweeted it, but it did not. It sounded kind of more like a little shot that, hey, I made you. So,
yeah, I think you're going to see all political opinions. Obviously, are all over the place, but I think Elon did play a good role in Trump's victory. I think he was able to resonate with a lot of voters that normally wouldn't vote for Trump. Via the X platform, via the kind of the memes and stuff. Good morning, Rosie. Good morning.
Yeah, wild night on everything.
AMD up 2%. Nice move up. Coin going absolutely bonkers. 230 up 18%. Wow.
So tell me you're long coin.
I'm not long coin.
What the heck? You're long. I know. You've been long coin all year.
I know, Monty. I know.
The one time you should be long coin, you're not long.
I know.
Right,
what happened? I wanted.
Roy is an example of what not to do when you're trading options. I'm messing with you. It's gambling.
I wanted to get down to 170. It didn't get there. It got to 180, and then I got cute with it yesterday when it was at 190, 192, 195, and I was like, I'll just hold off, and I shouldn't have done that. But Bitcoin going nuclear. It's approaching its all-time high again that it set last night, but you can see it's roaring. Solana is now starting to get some traction again. Solana's got about $12 more to go for its all-time high. So here's your Bitcoin or your crypto small cap value plays. Iron, BTBT, BTDR, just ripping. Beautiful. Here's my LEU. I sold 66% of my position this morning. Hopefully that continues. That's a nuclear play. TNX gapped up, trending up. Something to watch. Giving into JPOW tomorrow. This is your story, though. This is Dixie. Unbelievable. This is not supposed to trade this way, folks. Granted, there was a big event in the election yesterday, but to jump almost $2 overnight. Actually, it is jumped $2. It has now jumped $2 full to 105.32.
Yeah, Dixie is not a penny stock.
No. Here's your SPX chart, as we all felt last night. It is now 5,900 on SPX. It is roaring. Is 6,000 in the cards? Looks like it. Micron, another popular stock, back up to 108. Oxy oil got pushed up, pushed down, and now it's kind of lingering back, but it's at 51. McDonald's opened up at 300 and then got faded. And the dog of them all, SMCI, who reported yesterday, down 25%. all of tech is ripping. SMCI is getting killed. And the darling of the bunch, DJT, 4250 up 25%.
Halted right now.
Is it? Okay.
Yeah, I just saw a headline pop up. It's halted.
So
if you look at ES, we went right back up to the 21 and rejected back down again. So we're not getting that 21 break I was talking about. I wanted. So I don't know if we get it here in a minute. It is definitely toying with it. So how far does it have to come back before it gets to move to get it in lead? Good call some stuff. I saw some of your stuff you did. Swings are swinging. So congratulations on your swing to swinging.
Swing to swinging.
Play a little swinging for you today on the outgoing music. I should play music. That would be nice.
I know. How does like Meet Kevin get away with like streaming the shows and stuff? Isn't that a copyright infringement?
Yeah, you can buy some packages where you can have some rights. That actually gives the artist some royalties on the stuff. So yeah, we're still cheap. We're under 500 subscribers. So we get over 500 subscribers, we might buy something like that. But as of right now, we need we're not self-sufficient. So
yeah, once ES hits your take profit up there, we can start talking about it. Maybe.
Yeah, we're looking. I want this thing to go to 59.70. That's where I want. I want to break this all-time high here. I want to pop up. I want to take this out. 59.40's got 300 orders at it. 59.50's only got 100 orders sitting there. 59.60's got 185, and back to 59.70 now has 466 orders sitting up there. So kind of what I'm watching here. I'm not loving this price action around this 21. We got to get this 21 break. If we get this 21 break, I think we get a good pop. But as of right now, we just can't get the break in the hole. We pop right at it. We're popping right at it again. It's not wanting to break through it. It is being a dirty dog.
Oh, what was MOO?
Go what now?
What was MOO?
Oh, I didn't even look. I had this other side open over here. As expected, MOO came in. S&P 500 was plus 900 million. That's a MOC number there, just for people so you know. NASDAQ was plus 35. The Dow was plus 315 million. That is insane.
Wow.
Mag 7 was plus 40 million. So what you saw, you saw it pop, right?
Yeah.
You saw them come back down. You see it struggling here to stupid 21. I'm gonna clear that. Run now, baby. Run now. That's not gonna actually do us any good. But still, I want to get it out of there. It can't break that 21. That's what we got to break. We got to break that 21. We break that 21. I think we see the 59, at least 59.60. Could see that 59.70 number. One good thing about this, it's not really running away from it to the downside. So it kind of makes me think that it might break here in a minute. But anything's game. CBD has come back a ton. It is at 16,500. So when me and Roy first got on this morning, we were at 22,000. So it's come back about 6,000 points.
You got tied. No surprise here. Ripping higher right out the gate. But puts aren't really running away from the zero line, but that could just be a filter of just how high the call premium is. So no surprise on the bullish. That was yesterday's as it refreshes. You see puts falling on the top holdings and SPY. Calls are rising. So it, could get this flat action.
Looking at that, that's telling me exactly what I'm seeing here. So that's telling me if we break this 21, which seems to be the more we play around with, the more likely it seems. That kind of tells me if we do break it, we are getting a pop. So,
yeah.
And here we are above it. We've got 2 minutes. So we definitely need this candle to close above the 21. It's right back to it. It just can't break that clean break. Oh, these damn algos.
Yeah, it's just
algos.
You got Apple coming back a hair. Nvidia is that ugly candle actually turned to be a nice candle. That's at 144.
Hey Roy, we had the conversation earlier. So Jamie Dimon, is that how you say his name?
Dimon.
I have no plans to take a role in the Trump administration. I am set to remain at the bank. So
that should make
that was a little bit of talk last night. I don't know if you heard it. They were talking about him actually taking over as for Powell last night a little bit. So that would be an interesting one to be there. You know that would be very interesting.
Yeah, he's got a good gig at JPM. That man, it's kind of coming back on him.
Yeah, it's rejected it. So what you got to ask yourself here? Here's the question. So is this a true rejection of the 21, or is this a last effort push to try to push it down before we pop back up? Probably could have went on and took profit there at the 21. We're holding 1, so I'm
not sweating it. A retest of the previous all-time high again here, which is your zone.
Yeah. And it's liked it the last couple times to bounce out of it, but it could go through it this time. You're seeing a good many orders around the 59.20, 59.15, which is at the bottom of this zone here. You're still seeing those orders at 59.70, but you're seeing some clear out to the upside a little bit. Kind of moving around, to be honest with you. They're dropping. If you look here, you see these orders kind of popping everywhere. You did see those orders stacked. I guess it just took some of those out. So that's why we got a little pop there. See these orders stacking. You're seeing a lot of spoofing right now. You see these orders, they pop in, they pop out. They popped in, they popped out. So that is spoofing orders. So what this tells me when they're spoofing down below is they're trying to pull it down. Somebody wants entry. They're trying to get an entry for somebody. Now the question is, where is that entry at? We're getting some volatility here on these last few minutes here. So
yeah, and you got a candle by candle here on the downside.
Yeah, I can't touch it yet. I got to have something more than I can't just do. If we blindly candle by candle, that's will kill us. The volume has died off a lot here.
Yeah.
This last candle. If you remember correctly, yesterday we had this candle. I mean, this volume bar here, right? This first one. And then we kind of came back a little bit, and then we stayed the same for about an hour? The volume is held.
Yeah.
And we're not getting close to that today. So I still don't, you're not seeing profit taking a lot here. You're not seeing shorts covering here. And that could be what they could be trying, while we're seeing these spoofing orders, they could be trying to push this thing down to fill some shorts. So be very cool. You could get here and then just pop like crazy. So
tide dropping, calls are dropping.
Dang it.
Mm-hmm.
And we hit on the other side, I bet. No, not yet. We're fixing to. We're not even going to look at you today. Leave you alone.
59.
We're going to watch it here to see. And that candle by candle has played out to the downside if you're quick with your profits. So CBD's come all the way back to 13,000. I am not going to do anything at the moment. I'm going to see what we do if we come down to test VWAP. And then you got this 200-day right in this zone down here too. That would be an opportunity. But I'm saying you probably could look at the top of this zone, 5,900, as far as it comes back to. There's not anything at 5,900 really. 59.10 is a good spot. Still low.
Apple has gone red, by the way.
Yeah, and the whole bullish thesis might be gone for the day. You never know. We're going to wait and see. You're definitely getting some. I think this is your. Well, I say that we need. It needs to be more. There we go. There's your volume equal. So you're seeing a little bit there. Let's see.
When you break a zone, you look for the retest and see if it can get back, and then if it rejects it, go down to the next zone. So.
I want to see it test VWAP first and see if we get a strong move. It's a little surprising because if you can see here, we've been testing this 8 all morning. I mean, when I say all morning. Typically, when you see this many tests, you see a breakthrough. You don't normally see a rejection after that many tests. So it is what it is. I'm not going to blindly just take it along here off this. I'm going to wait and see what we do next.
Yeah, no, you broke down the orb right at the 15-minute mark candle. And then it kind of went back to the candle by candle, and it's now cruising down. So now it's getting to the VWAP, then another zone below that, and psych support is not too far away at 5,900. So you just gotta take it slow. Got plenty of time.
You got all day. Got all day long. All right, what do we bounce here? What do we do? I don't know.
We got about 3 seconds left in the candle.
Yeah, you got a small bounce off VWAP. Do we break below it? If we break below it, we could see a very ugly day here.
Oh, that's it.
These are stopped out. That's hit. We're not fooling with those anymore today. Those two. Ooh, orders just cleared for some reason, all the way down below 5,900. Yeah, I don't know what is happening here.
Yeah, I mean, we talked about it. Is you're going to get shorts covering, or you're going to get profit taking, and I think you're seeing a little bit of the profit taking, obviously, as we move down.
Yeah.
Which is a bit surprising to me, because what I would expected would have been with the VIX getting crushed so much, more insurance plays popping in.
You would think. Here we go. We're getting this bounce back up now. See if we can reclaim this VWAP area here.
Let's see. Apple just went green again, slightly green, up 11 cents, 0.05%. Nvidia is back over 2% up. Microsoft's up 1%. Google's up 2.8%. Amazon's battling 200. It's basically flat on the day. It's up 0.28%. Tesla kind of came back a bit. AMD's basically flat on the day. Meta's still red. So mixed bag so far from the open, I would say.
I like this. Let's see. I could get burnt here. I liked it over. We're going to actually put you at the bottom of the candle there. I liked it above. Oh, it's going to pop back above VWAP there. I might have rushed this a tad bit. Had momentum too, and it just didn't follow through with it. That was a little rush on my side, so this is going to put it there. We probably could drop it a little more. It's probably going to take me out here. More than likely. We'll see. It's popping back up to VWAP. Rejected a decent rejection that time on it. Let's see if we can break back above VWAP and then work our way back up. This is probably let a buy sneak in a little too much here on this one. We'll see.
Yeah, with a candle that big, I normally kind of take a few candles off to just see what direction it can give us.
That would make way too much sense, wouldn't it?
But risk reward wise, if you can time that reversal near VWAP, you can get a nice move up.
Yeah, you don't want to be playing the timing game though.
True.
That's not sustainable for a long time.
Yeah.
59.15 is a spot. It could pop back. You got a ton of orders at 59.15.
Yeah, I mean, if this thing gets momentum back up, you're looking at a 20-point move in a jiffy. So
yeah,
it just needs to get some momentum. It just gets confidence into the buyers again. They'll step in. FOMO will re-enter the stratosphere.
I don't know if we can get back up there. It popped above VWAP there. Let's see if we can get anything off of it now with the pop above VWAP. We need to close. We've got a minute left in this candle. If we can close above VWAP, we got a chance. We just can't go. The next candle can't go directly back below it. So we got to close at or above VWAP, and then this next candle's got to turn green, or this trade is not going to play out, in my opinion. But as of right now, we're not getting that close above VWAP either. It's coming way back, all the way down. It's dirty dog.
Dirty.
Oh, I want to move it, and I don't want to move it. I'm not going to move this stop. I want to move this stop down to here, but I'm not going to move it. I'm going to keep it where it's at. Oh, I don't like it. Should have moved it down. I'm not going to move it. I'm going to leave it alone. I'm talking to myself. Y'all hear me talking to myself here.
Flipping over to Tide, you got calls continue to kind of decline. You got puts not really running away here. I mean, you are getting a bit of a swing, though. Obviously, we're seeing that reflected in the chart. Apple is green, kind of flattening out. I mean, Nvidia had a drop down. It looks like it wants to recover back up. It's up over 2% again. Microsoft looks really strong after its initial dip. So the buyers are stepping in on Microsoft. Google faded a little bit, but a very strong start for Google. Amazon barcoding around 2. And Meta had a recovery. Wow, it bounced almost $7 from its bottom.
Hey, give me 1 second real quick.
Yeah.
I got to get up more for a second.
Yeah, no problem. Tesla coming back down. Now, Tesla moves so hard, so fast that if it does start to crack a bit, it could elevator down pretty quickly. So be careful with Tesla. AMD getting faded hard. Got a pop and then faded. Kind of looks like the regular market. Coinbase came down a little bit from its initial pop. Still looks pretty strong though. And then same story on Bitcoin, same story on Solana. You're seeing a theme here. Some of the crypto stuff's kind of cooled off as Bitcoin has cooled off. Dixie has not cooled off. So Dixie has done its run and just kind of hanging out here at 105.30. That's typically not a good look for the market, but here the last few months, the market's been running with Dixie a bit. TNX, it just did its gap up and it's holding, so keep an eye on it. It looks like SPX rejected right at 5,900 and then started coming back, so that is going to be a line in the sand for sure. Is there anything else? DJT spiked to 55 at the open, the pre-market open, and is now kind of trended back down to 37.80. It's up 11%. And gold is getting hit. Gold's down 3%. This kind of tells you gold can sometimes be kind of a fear gauge and not a lot of fear happening. So interesting to know. Look at VIX as it's starting to climb up from its just I mean, nasty drop down. It gapped down almost over 20%. And it's now starting to see it. This tells me that you could be getting those insurance plays that we had talked about, where not necessarily profit taking, but people locking in insurance for their big moves for Nvidia or Microsoft or Google or Amazon or whoever. I wouldn't be surprised if we go over to Tide. We refresh this. That your Tesla is your big net premium. Nvidia's positive premium 13, but I wouldn't be surprised if you see QQQ is in negative, which means more puts are getting bought on it. You'll see this number start to increase on the negative side as people buy insurance. Looking at your sectors, real estate's getting hit down 2.5%. Utilities are red. Consumer staples are red. The big industries, though, healthcare, tech, industrials, consumer discretionary, all green. Financials being the big winner today, way green. But as you see, Tide trending down. Market is trending down. So as biased as we could come in, which we were, it's not proven to be effective. So you have to see. We are starting to be in a downtrend here since the session opened. Now that would be one epic cup that fills it, but it's always possible. It could come all the way down and fill it and then bounce or break down even further. So looks like you got all the way down to 5,900 to the nose and then got some buyers stepping in on the bounce. Again, just for me, when I see these big candles, I want to take a few candles off to kind of see how it all plays out and not try and time that reversal too quickly. But as we see more and more.
Oh, and I'm back.
All right,
Take a
cool.
walk.
Yeah. Got to. We I was just saying, you can see a downtrend happening. You can see a wick that could be potentially causing a reversal, but you just want to wait it out, see what it does. And our bias snuck in earlier this morning, but that's all right. We can
click over to my chart and see where we bounced at.
Well, I'll be. I'll be. That's an 11-point bounce, isn't it? 10-point bounce?
Yeah.
Looks like support.
5,900 was kind of my mental spot I wanted to look for.
Yeah.
I was actually outside when I hit 5,900, so couldn't take a trade, but can't chase at this moment. Not with your EMAs for pointing down. So here's what we're going to watch for. So this move here, these red candles, you had a lot of volume come in, which this makes me think we had profit takers coming in. You had 43,000 volume. So even knowing that 63 had opened, yesterday when we were holding volume was around 25,000, just so you know. So it's almost double the volume. And my gosh, look at this. I hate life.
Yeah.
Now you want to see this candle close green and not have a huge wick up top. You want to see a retest of VWAP and then it hold, then you can go long for back up to 59, 54, which is high day. This dirty dog, man, this is so frustrating. I mean, just so frustrating.
It's fighting that 8 again, though. It gets right to it gets right to the 8, and it does not like those EMAs. That's for sure.
No, it's not.
And what you probably want here is a bit of a consolidation to flatten out those EMAs a hair.
Yeah.
Or not, or it's just going to rip right through it, isn't it?
There's a possibility here, Roy. We've got 2.5 minutes still left in this candle, and this is, you got volume coming in, and this should, unless something drastic happens, we should equal this volume up here.
It's Apple running again.
Yeah, NVIDIA too.
And Microsoft. And Amazon. They're all getting some love right now.
Yeah, I think what you had, looking back now more, you definitely had profit takers. Still got almost 2 minutes left in this candle. It's holding right at the daggum 8. It needs to break that 8. And of course, then it has the 13 to break. And it has a 21 to break. This is all in this zone. So that's a lot of breaking. A lot of breaking has to happen. But see these at the 59.10 area. You got a lot of
oh wow.
back there. Yeah. You got orders right below us. 59.25 could be back in play. 27. And then this is let's get all the way up there. And you still got these bad boys hitting 59.70. So even though we did get a very nice pullback, don't count out 59.70 yet. As much as I want to count it out. Now, this is a decent rejection here now, so you're getting a pullback.
It is.
On it.
Yeah, it is. And you're kind of in this nasty spot here. You're in between zones with VWAP right in the middle.
Yeah, so, look at this volume. Look at this volume. I told you it was going to compare to those last two candles, and my gosh, is it? But a lot of this volume is coming in on the downside. So
right.
Dare I?
That's a substantial. Okay. All right.
You weren't expecting that, were you?
I was not. I was. Yeah.
And the reason this could be in play. The only reason I'm thinking this could be in play is look at the volume you had, and most of that volume came in on this wick. And this is just back to playing strict volume. Now, do we break VWAP back down? That could have been a spot to take a long there also. So this is definitely a gamble play. And this gets us back. If we would get it, it would get us back green. But I just don't know if we can break VWAP back down. We're going to keep this stop. We're going to keep it right here on this candle here. We're not going to risk as much as we normally would with it. Now, if you get a break and you get a run, we could see 5,900 breaks.
What, 70?
Really, I don't see a ton.
70?
Really. Yeah, no, there's nothing at 70. You got 58.90. If you look here, you got a huge cluster right here. See these all these? Maybe around. So that's your watch there. I just don't know. Should we go on and cut this thing? That probably wasn't the best of this might not be the best decision in the world here on the short.
Well, you're not really getting a lot of volume on the push up yet. So I think you want to see where the volume shows up. But I mean, that does force you to hold the play for 3 more minutes, which
CVD has come all the way back down to 2,7,400.
Look at Tide. You got to bend down in calls. Nothing crazy. Nothing really in puts. Similar situation there. And then your VIX had a pop and it's kind of faded down, but it could be today is VIX expiration as well. But I think you just want to monitor where the volume's coming in, right?
Yep. They're doing a good job holding VWAP this time. So, and I say that we go right below it and see if we can hold. But
I was going to say, would you look to put your stop and it's ultra aggressive right at VWAP if we can get a couple point below it?
Wouldn't be a bad call.
Or even really just your take profit at VWAP. Just a quick win, put it in the column.
Yeah, I don't play those 3 tick moves, so we're either feast or famine, sir. Feast or famine. And you're right, we're not getting any volume at all on this candle. This candle is on volume.
It's going to come back and test that 8 again.
Probably so.
And that could be where your volume shows up.
Yeah. VWAP holding there is actually a good sign for the long side. But we're not getting a breakaway from it, so we're not getting a hard move off of it either. So you can look at it a couple of different ways. But if you remember correctly, this is exactly what we did on the 21 up there. We tested, and then we rejected it. So do we test it here, and then pop back up? Or do we test it, and usually you're looking at a rule of 3. You get 3 tests, and then you get your move. Right now we've gotten 2 tests. CBD is 7,000. CBD, even with this little move back up, CBD is coming back down. Make it make sense. Make it make sense.
Retesting the 8 here.
Yeah, this is also our second test of the 8. Yeah, this is where it takes me out. It's going to pop back above it. No volume on that last candle. Let's see what we get on this one.
Yeah, which is a bit odd given that wick.
Yeah. For sure.
Here's an interesting one for you for Tide. Put volume has now taken over.
Ooh.
Put volume.
Will take me out. Oh, we got one ticket taking me out there. It's going to get me here, though. You dirty dog, you. Yep, there it is. It's out. So we're going to sit back and wait a second. CBD is climbing back up. The play was to bounce off VWAP. Now you're looking for the break of the 21 to go long. And do we see, does this create a short covering?
Yeah.
Tide is, I don't think Tide's giving us a clear.
Oh, Tide. I mean, it's got calls in check, and you got a little tick up here happening. So we'll see if call volume starts to show back up. But again, with us gapping up so high on a lot of stocks, it could just be people getting spooked and say, okay, now I need to take insurance, which is why the VIX was rising.
Yeah, I still like a short here, to be honest with you.
So you're rejecting orb low here.
Yeah, you got your orb low, you got your 21 up there, you got your 13 here.
You got your zone.
Gets back below 8. I only went 1. I didn't feel comfortable with 3. I should have went 3, and I would probably be getting close to scaling here. These are green candles, so you got to keep that in mind. We are getting green candles, but one of the last 4 has been bullish. The rest have been all bearish. And if you're looking, this one here was bullish. Bullish. Then you had a bearish one come in with this volume on this upside, which gave you more volume. You get a push back up here on less volume. You're going to get a push here. Looks like it's going to be Volumes actually could be decent on this one if they continue it. But are we getting the volume up here to push it back down? This is kind of where you're sitting there trying to figure out. I think we get a push back down.
You're tied. Your call volume just ticked back into green. So ever so slightly. So it's a battle of theirs.
Your 8 is your key here, in my opinion. If we get a close above the 8, I won't like the short as much. If we can get a push down, we've only got a minute and a half left or so. So if we can get a push back below the 8, that would actually be a very bearish signal, in my opinion. But we kind of noticed, we talked about this yesterday. Remember the push down and then the stair step back up? So we take the elevator down, the stairs up. Kind of what we're doing this time. You had 2-3 candles that push you way down. You've got 4 candles that gets us about halfway into that move. So let's watch this 13 here. You got a minute left in this candle. We have a little volume coming. Volume is still not great. So I'm actually leaning to add a short here if we get a decent wick. Yeah, but only if we get that wick. I won't do it. If we close above the 13, I damn sure won't do it. But if we can get a close below the 13, which would give us a decent wick up here, a short is not out of the realm of possibilities here.
You got your MACD kind of curling up. You could get a cross at the bottom to the upside. You're seeing that here on this formation. You got an orb low test, so you're getting
here's what's worrying me. You see orders at 59, right below 59.15, between 59.15 and 59.10.
Mm-hmm.
So 59.50. Ooh, we just had a bunch of orders pop in, and you saw some orders pop. 59.20. You had 500 orders sitting up there now, right there. Look at those. Those just popped back in. These damn spoofs. Oh, I just pulled them. This is what I'm talking about. When I'm talking about spoof orders, did y'all see those? You had those 500 orders pop up, and then the market started to come back to it, and they just took them all out. They didn't even get close. They didn't even get a chance to get them. Bookmap just dropped below 7,000. It's at 6,700 now. Bookmap is saying that we're fixing to get a big drop.
Tide kind of leaned back bullish with the volume, and your puts are just not moving. Come on, breakdown for them.
I was trying to add one there, and we went the opposite way once it got to it. Let's see if this one feels. 6,500. We're now in 2. So we're going to put one of ourselves. Actually, going to pull it. Yeah, it's getting that pop. And CVD just popped back up. It went from 65 to 73 in an instant. So seems like bulls are stepping in now. They're going to break the 21. You dirty dogs, you. You wait till I get no one field before you decide to break the 21. I hate you. And we might call it a day after this, to be honest with you. I'm not reading this very well today. We had a great day yesterday. We're giving up a good bit of the profits today. We'll see what happens here. 76. Like I said, CBD was suggesting a drop. Now it's not. It is taking that drop out. And we're seeing 59.35 possibly as a bouncer to go to.
Yeah, you've got Tide pushing up. Yeah, it looks like buyers are getting more confident.
CBD 78, 76, 78, back and forth. We've got, you still got 2 minutes in this candle, so we'll see. I might have to get up and take another walk.
Yeah.
Hey, this is trading, folks. This is what you do. This happens.
Not every day is perfect.
Nope. Yesterday we called it pretty good. Today we have not called it pretty good. So one thing about this market, it will humble you quickly.
You did get that cross on the MACD, which is a bullish cross for right now. That is a bit of a delayed indicator, so not really much actionable, but you'll see. Could see if we get some follow through on this pop up, but it can't quite break that 21, can it?
It has definitely struggled with it, and you've got some volume coming in to push this thing back down. So there is still hope, but it is it's not great right this second. The hope is not great. There, I see. Just imagine I'm one of the newscasters last night, and I say I see a path, but it's narrowing. So right now I am Harris, and my path is narrowing. I got to get one of these things so we're fixing to get stopped out and call it a day. Volume's coming in. Back to the upside now. This thing's going to go to at least 59.35, I think, in my opinion. We'll see. And then we're going to, like I said, we lose this trade, we're done. We're not going to trade anymore today. It's my mental awareness is there. So nice little volume. See, we got a little uptick in volume there. This thing's a tick. There it goes. It's fixing to get it. Any second, it's going to take it. Any second. I just can't get this. The damn wall. I'm almost to the point where I wish they'd put me out of my misery, but I also don't want to lose a trade. So CBD is back to 7,300. It's not running, but it's not dropping either. So we get 2 ticks. Here we go. This is it. This is where they take it out, boys and girls. This is where they get it. There it is. Yeah, I'm going to call it a day. I'm going to call it there. I'm not feeling anything. I'm not going to sit here and lose everything, and we've got a little bit to play with here. We can get it back tomorrow. It's not worth it. I want to go long now, but I can't.
Well, you could look at a couple things, right? It still can't quite break that 21, and you're now above the H of curl. Yeah.
As soon as I say that, we get back. We'll see.
Amazon is on fire. 204. Google on fire. Nvidia always, and Apple's recovered new high a day.
CBD 7,000. I don't know. Just make it make sense to me here.
Story here, I think, is Amazon.
Go ahead.
And I was gonna say, I think the story here is Amazon.
How's the market not popping quite crazy with this? I guess because we're so high already.
Yeah, Microsoft too is popping. I guess in Q, that looks more like what you would expect. Market tide, looking bullish.
Yeah, CBD still holding 7,000. It's not dropping, but it's not popping either. It's kind of, this is what we've seen in the past with CBD. It's just moving with the market. So it's not telling you a ton right this second. I read way too much into it earlier, but it is, I don't know. We're going to see here. This is, you call it, it's not really running away. Those damn orders were not just hitting at 59.70. I would think so. And it's almost like they, profit takers, like, hey, we're going to take some profit now. We're done. Y'all do what you got to do with it until we come back tomorrow.
Getting a good move up here.
Yeah, it's got
32 points from the bottom.
Yeah.
That was the mode. That was the move. Yeah, I think again we get reminded each time. You just can't come in with any sort of bias. You gotta let it play out.
Yeah.
And let your orbs get set. Play your orb drops. CBD, I think on days like today, it's tough for it to catch up to predict a move because who knows what profit takers are looking to do and spur of the moment on an impulse move up like it had. But
59.40. We can put us right here at the top of this candle. Actually, put us right here. That's where you got a good many orders sitting there. And if you notice these last couple candles, you actually had a little volume here on this one, so tells you that they want to push it up. CBD is still just 7,200. It's nothing crazy. Do we come down and test that? Yeah, maybe not. I was wanting it to come down and test here the 21. I was going to actually add another one, but I wasn't quite quick enough. I was too busy trying to fix and explain what I wanted to do instead of doing what I wanted to do.
Good little wick here off the 21.
Yeah. Look in the Led, are you in the conversation still here? I like his post in the Discord and the Trade Ideas room channel.
I don't know if I do. Yeah. When those swings hit, man, it does. It's a good feeling. It's a good feeling. Yep. Like you said, Roy Easy said it earlier today. Don't mean a thing if it ain't got that swing. And it's a good feeling when those swings hit, because especially for a guy like Led who spends like hours of research on all these kind of mid-cap unknown companies, and then to research it, to make the play, and then for it to play out, it's just validation that all that time and effort was worth it. You got your VIX not looking great here. Peaked, clear reversal candle, and has just kind of come down. MACD crossing down. So, I mean, technicals on VIX can be a bit controversial, but that's what it looks like. Looks like it wants to come down and retest 16. I think your winner today here is Amazon. I mean, it's getting bidded up like crazy. So that's new all-time highs, 205, comfortably now over 200. So you've got NQ approaching its all-time high. It's about 15 points away, which on NQ can happen in a blink. Google is getting bidded up almost 4%. Apple recovered. It's near its high today, up almost 1%. NVIDIA, the stable, safe trade of the bunch, up 3%. And Tesla's holding its gains. I mean, it's at 280. It's up 11%. So
CBD has creeped up to 8,500, by the
way. That looks like a nice move up. Here we go.
Yeah. So here's your first test. You got to break the 5940 area. And if you break that, 5950 area. If you break that, then we go to those orders are sitting at 5970.
Wow.
Wow is right.
Your point of control is at 5932.50. So maybe 5933.50. Sorry. So you may see a little pullback there after this candle closes, and then maybe a bounce to continue on up, or could bounce all the way down to the 21 at 59.30.
Yeah, our volume's actually holding decent here. So this candle, you got 30 seconds left. Volume should be equal to or better than the previous one. So kind of getting an indecision candle here a little bit. But I'll lean that to be more of a bullish decision, but I could be wrong. Last time left, we got one here, right? Similar, bigger body, but wick similar. You drop down and you pop right back up. So you could see what Roy was talking about. Come back here. Your EMAs are crossing. Your 8 is cross your 13, 6 and across your 21. That is a bullish signal again. Let's see if it can hold that, though. That's the key.
Looks like tested that 5933.50. Held momentarily. See if that will be the bouncing point, or will it be the clusters down there?
Yeah. CBD's back to 7,600, so it's still not doing anything really to trade off of. You need to see a huge pop for it to be so. So that tells us we're not seeing any short coverage on this. This is strictly just a move back up.
Your tide is showing volume increasing, basically high of day on volume, call volume, which says a lot given that open. So calls are still trending up, puts are still trending down. On the holdings, really is just all the big guys getting bidded up. So you have little to no weakness showing there. And again, you kind of tested that point of control at 5933.50 and wicks right off of it. Let's see if it can push you now up to that orb high, which is 5941. Or will it have to come back and retest these clusters? Stay tuned.
Yeah. Crazy. Yesterday we get a solid trend day. Today we get a lot more chop. Makes sense, doesn't it? Make it make sense.
Yeah, make it make sense.
Had a little more volume on that last one, so you're still looking. Your volume is it's not quite as much on this candle as it has been, so we're going to see if we get a little dip in volume. Here's the key, though. If this thing can if it can turn green, this candle, or not be a bearish candle with the lower volume, that kind of gives you an idea that, hey, if high volume is going to move it up, then low volume is going to move it up. What's going to move it down?
Right.
Use your question. You'll question. Getting another indecision candle here. Looks like we got 2.5 minutes left in it, so who knows how it's going to play out. But I want to see that 59.40 break. That's the area. Look, you got a lot of orders sitting there. Let's go back there and look at them. You can see these are the orders sitting around the 59.40 area. You got 300 there. You got 300 up above it. So you got this cluster to the downside. And you got a little volume coming on this push down here. This is interesting. Is he going to give us a bearish candle by candle here?
Don't put that evil on me, Ricky Bobby.
Well, hell, I'm in a long, so I don't want to see it. Let's see. Is there any news coming out? Crude inventory is actually 2.149. What is it showing that? It's not 10:30. Why is my clock off there? Forecast point negative 909. So crude inventories actually came in higher this time. Interesting. Harris is not, she's going to deliver her concession speech at 5 o'clock this afternoon.
Okay.
Yeah, she made a lot of people mad yesterday. Not even just Republicans. Made a lot of her party upset yesterday with this shenanigans she's pulling in the session. I want to see. It's gonna be interesting to see how they spin this because when Trump won in 2016, Hillary actually won the popular vote. And of course, Biden had record popular vote last time, which still baffles my mind how that happened. That's a different story for a different day. I hadn't looked at. You looked at overall numbers. I know he's going to win the popular vote, but is it by a ton?
I think it is actually. I think it is.
Let's see real quick.
The New York Times election coverage page is really good data wise.
Yeah, I was actually when you sent it. Well, Roy sent us that yesterday afternoon. When you sent that, I'd already had it pulled up. I was looking at it. We're thinking too much alike now.
Yeah, I mean, because there's just no opinion on it. It's just data, so it's really good. Let's see.
I did learn one thing, and Roy can vouch for this. If you're looking at polls, find a place that don't just look at one poll. Find a place that actually combines all the polls.
Mm-hmm.
I know it's not as much. People say, "Well, it's not accurate." Well, it was pretty damn accurate yesterday.
You had mentioned
Trump won by a good bit. Trump won by a good bit. Came down and tested the 13. We're testing the 8, testing the 21. There's a huge cluster here. So CBD is 6,000. CBD is coming down pretty hard, pretty fast. So this is it's a big spot here. Big spot here. Let's see. I'm trying to pull that New York Times link up. And now I'm not going to see it. Yeah, this is. We should have taking a little profit we had there and called it. This is going to pop us back down. CBD just broke below 6,000. We're done. We're done for the day, boys and girls. No big trades today. There it is. This is actually an ugly candle here. So it looks like, wow, he's going to finish with 312 electoral votes.
Wow.
I'm just looking at the New York Times data that came out. Let's see. They still got him at 277 now, so they still have not declared. What is Nevada doing? Nevada and Arizona. What are y'all doing there? So you still got Nevada, Arizona, Michigan, and Maine for some reason. Why is Maine showing undecided? Excuse me. Excuse me. Let's see. I'm trying to find it. Did you find the? Did you find it?
I was looking. I got distracted and along. Got caught a bit. I'm trying to determine what I want to do with it. All right, let's see. Popular vote.
Wow. So yeah, I'm looking through the House and the Senate stuff now. There's a lot of elections that are not decided on that side. You got Republicans with a 197 to 177 advantage in the House. You got Democrats looking good in 18, Republicans in 11. You need 218 for control. And you got a lot of seats that are too close to call still. That's really no man's game. So if you add those 11, that'll put them at what, 200 something. Not quite the number you need. Back at this little zone, bottom's going to hold there. So you got a bunch of orders there. Roy, I'm done for the day. What you going to do the rest of the day?
I got hit on that trade, so I may I'll take a few swings, see if I can get a little back. Just kind of I've had a pretty good day. I mean, I did a lot of stuff.
I know you traded a lot. Yeah, you traded a lot more overnight. I didn't trade anything overnight, so I jumped the gun this morning on a few trades. The last couple trades I would take again 9 out of 10 times. So
right,
if those do go bad, I can't complain. I mean, that's part of the market. We'll come back tomorrow. We'll kill it tomorrow.
Exactly. That's
2,000 a day. Well, let's get 3,000 up tomorrow and hit that. How about that?
That works good for me. All right, man. Well, reset.
Yep.
Come back tomorrow. That's part of the game. That's what we do.
Yep. I think I'm about ready to call it for the day. How about yourself? You ready to wrap this thing up? It's gonna be early day. I mean, we can sit here and talk, but we're not. There's nothing really to talk about.
Yeah, we made our plays. Didn't work out. That's all right. We continue on.
Yeah, it's just just choppy right now. We're in. You got a range. I mean, you can look. Here you go. You want to see something easy?
There you go.
There's your range. Get a break, trade it one way or the other. If not, leave it alone.
Yeah, I don't like this formation it's doing. You got a step ladder up and then potential elevator down here if you're going to go long.
Yeah. CBD is below 6,000. You want to look at Tide one more time before we pop off?
Yeah, let me get over
You
there.
have it up. Don't have it up. It's fine.
Yeah.
Interesting.
So volume just died. So make it make sense.
Yeah. Well, I'm no fool, so I know when I'm not reading it well. Today I'm not reading it well, so we are going to call it. We might come back. You never know. You might come back and see something that's like, hey, I need to take this trade. That is possible.
Just need to clear
We
your
are
head.
a disaster here, so I don't want to go too much tilt on anything because we definitely could lose some accounts. We just try to build them back up, $300, $400, $500 at a time. We'll go back to our strategy of 3 lots, $500, 500 stop loss, and be done with it. And we'll catch that back up tomorrow.
Perfect. All right, man.
That's all I got today. So
that's all I got.
Guys, appreciate it. You win some, you lose some. Today you saw the losing side. I got up, took a break, came back, got in a trade. Actually, the trade was green. I never should have let it turn red. I should have moved that stop up. Because if it did turn red, it kind of invalidated my thesis anyway. So we should have just done it there. But hey, it happens. Can't always have a great day. So we manage risk. We live to trade another day.
Exactly right. All right, man. We'll see you tomorrow.
Thank you, Roy. Appreciate it. See you guys tomorrow.
Appreciate it.